Yeah, right about there, John. Perfect.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Township of Lacey Caucus meeting, March 27, 2014. Adequate notice of this meeting has been given in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act pursuant to Public Laws 1975. Said notice was advertised in the Lacey Beacon and was posted on the bulletin board showing the time and place of the meeting. We're going to begin with a salute to the flag, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Very special night to see this many people here, so we thank everyone for coming out. Tonight, we're not only going to be recognizing some of our past officers that have retired, but we're going to be promoting some of our new officers. So we're going to start this evening with our proclamations for our two officers that have retired recently, Lieutenant Torella and Lieutenant Veltri, if you'd mind coming up to the front here. This is it. You're on TV tonight, so you know.
You should face the audience. Go ahead.
What we're going to do is we have proclamations prepared by the governing body, which I'm going to read tonight. I asked Veronica to let me read them because she's very good at what she does, but you won't understand it because she goes through it so quickly. These gentlemen have given us 25 years at a time, so if you just bear with me, I'm going to go through each proclamation, and when we're done, I'm going to ask the Chief Peprada to come up and say a few words, and he'll speak on behalf of the police department. So. Okay, the first one's going to be for Lieutenant Torella, whose badge number is before Lieutenant Veltri. Whereas the Township of Lacey wishes to honor Lieutenant Scott Torella for his 25 years of service to the Township and its residents, whereas Scott Torella began his service with the Lacey Township Police Department as a full-time patrolman on February 2nd, 1989. Whereas Patrolman Scott Torella was promoted to Sergeant on August 9th, 2001, and to Lieutenant on December 9th, 2004. Whereas Lieutenant Scott Torella was appointed the Deputy Emergency Management Coordinator from October 2004 and served until August 2011. Whereas Scott Torella acted as the Municipal 911 Coordinator for the Township of Lacey from August 14, 2008 until his retirement. Whereas Lieutenant Torella was the Patrol Division Commander for the Police Department. Whereas we are sure to find Scott enjoying his retirement hunting with his buddies, in a cabin in the woods, or skiing with his family. Whereas Scott will also enjoy spending his retirement days watching his sons' many accomplishments through their school years and spending time with his family. Whereas Lieutenant Scott Torella is esteemed by his friends, colleagues, and residents of the Township of Lacey as a concerned and conscientious employee of the Township, whose dedication to duty and professional excellence have brought pride to this community. Now therefore I, Gary Quinn, Mayor of the Township of Lacey, do on behalf of myself and the Township Committee hereby honor and congratulate Lieutenant Scott Torella, commend his many valuable years of service, and extend best wishes on his retirement with continued success and happiness. Congratulations. Okay, Lieutenant Veltri. Whereas the Township of Lacey wishes to honor Lieutenant James Veltri for his 25 years of service to the Township and its residents. Whereas James Veltri began his service with the Lacey Township Police Department as a full-time patrolman on February 2nd, 1989. You guys started the same day?
Yes, this is the whole. You're like twins. It's like twins.
I was much younger than 25 years ago. I apologize. Whereas Lieutenant James Veltri, whereas during his years as a patrolman, Chief Dormady recognized Jimmy Veltri with a letter of commendation for his work in the apprehension, investigation, and subsequent indictment of a known drug dealer. Whereas Patrolman James Veltri was promoted to Sergeant on August 9, 2001, to Lieutenant on December 9, 2004. Whereas James Veltri was the Division Lieutenant in the Investigative Division for the Lacey Township Police Department. Whereas Jimmy is known for his quick-witted sense of humor and his comical reactions. Whereas we are sure to find Jimmy enjoying his retirement, hunting in the woods, or on his boat fishing with friends. That's good. Whereas Lieutenant James Veltri is esteemed by his friends, colleagues, and residents of the township as a concerned and conscientious employee of the township, whose dedication to duty and professional excellence have brought pride to his community. Now therefore I, Gary Quinn, Mayor of the Township of Lacey, do on behalf of myself and the Township Committee hereby honor and congratulate Lieutenant James Veltri, commend his many valuable years of service, and extend best wishes on his retirement with continued success and happiness. Congratulations.
First and foremost, I want to thank the mayor and the township committee for taking the time to present these proclamations. It's great to recognize not only those in the department that are accomplishing great things and moving up in promotion and assignment, but extremely important to recognize those that have served and are moving on in retirement. Lieutenant Veltri, Lieutenant Torella truly distinguished themselves throughout their career, and I can say the mark of that is anywhere I go in the state, throughout my career actually, from patrolman up to chief, whenever I go anywhere throughout the state, outside of Ocean County, whether it's Bergen County all the way down to Cape May, everybody seems to know Lieutenant Veltri and Lieutenant Torella. We always get in the department, they're the most asked about individuals in the department. How's Jimmy doing? How's Scott doing? Is what we hear. And that's a testament to their careers, the impact they've made on others, the breadth of their experience, working with the Narcotics Strike Force, working in the Detective Bureau, working in Patrol and Administration, etc. They've really had great careers and should be honored.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
You guys want to say something? Okay, the committee, somebody comments? Mark? That's it.
First of all, I was thinking about this last night, and I've known Scott and Jim for a long time. Just like looking at the other officers here who will honor later. And first of all, I think I should have chose law enforcement rather than politics because as long as I've known them, they look the same age, and we just keep getting older looking and older looking and older. But at any rate, it's really an honor to honor you guys. I've known you since before I've been on committee, Scott and Jim, since I've been on the committee on family. And as the chief said, you've proven yourself day in and day out through your career to be just great assets to Lacey Township and just great people. Everyone knows you guys. And they don't know you just because you're police officers. They know because you give back to the community and give back to the county and so on and so forth. I really enjoy now listening to Scott in his retirement talk about the good old days. Oh, the old days anyway. But again, congratulations. Look forward to talking to you and being with you in your retirement and enjoying your future years. Thank you.
Peter?
I too want to, echo our deputy mayor's comments. If the measure of a person is through the scope of the support that he or she gets, this is as full as I've ever seen this room. I know the television camera can't see it. There's people all the way in the back, in the foyer, and the back door just opened. More people came in, and part of the time when Mayor Quinn was speaking, it was still open. So there's not much more room in here. And I think it's a testament to the police department, the good men and women that are in the police department, the police department's leadership, and being a resident of Lacey Township. The more events that I attend and the swearing-ins, the police events, and our fire, it just, I'm heartened, and I feel very thankful, and I feel very safe as well. And so thank you to our retiring lieutenants. I appreciate it. I appreciate your service personally. We all have skin in this game because we all live here. So thank you so much, and I wish you the very best in retirement.
Steven?
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody for coming out also, and I just want to offer congratulations and best of luck to the retiring lieutenants, and thanks for your years of service to Lacey Township.
And David?
We're very proud of our police department, and I want to thank you for all your service and wish you a great retirement. Thank you.
Guys, we're all thanking you, but I also want to extend special thanks to your families because they certainly, over 25 years of service, have made a lot of sacrifices. Those that are involved in the family of police officers, live it 24/7. So we thank you for your service. We, certainly congratulate both of you on your retirement, and we certainly hope you enjoy yourselves as much as you appear to be smiling tonight, especially Scott sitting back there. You're still young guys. You got a lot of good life ahead of you, so go out and enjoy it. But thank you very much, guys. Okay, item number 2, Resolution 2014-97, promoting sergeants in the police department.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, promoting Ronald P. Buxton and Paul J. Sullivan to the position of police sergeant for the Township Police Department. Motion, please.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Most?
Yes.
Mayor Quinn.
Yes. Okay.
All right. The chief, and then I'll stay there.
Chief, you want to come up?
Ron, could you please?
Yeah, you guys play an important part. Come on.
It's an honor for me tonight to present the chevrons, the sergeant chevrons, to now Sergeant Ronald Buxton and Sergeant Paul J. Sullivan. This is a huge step in an officer's career. Ron came to us, veteran of the United States Navy, 18 years ago, 18-year career. What I remember, as if it was today, was I was actually Ron's field training officer. As a patrolman, I was his field training officer when he came into the department. I knew right away with Ron, he demonstrated that he was a meticulous person, very conscientious, and an extremely caring individual. He's someone that I looked at with envy. The compassion he was able to show when he dealt with calls and dealt with people was something that I looked at as a model for other officers. Through his career, he has stayed consistent. That consistency and compassion, conscientiousness, his dedication to his work. He moved into the Detective Bureau for a short period of time because then I pulled him from the Detective Bureau and put him in the position of acting sergeant on a shift. Both PJ and Ron have actually been serving for the last 9 months in the position of sergeant and have done an exemplary job. PJ Sullivan came to the department, now he's in 13 years ago, and what I remember distinctly was the dilemma that he faced with his family. He was at Seton Hall University, a full-time student at Seton Hall University, took his education very seriously. As a senior, going into his senior year, he had to make the choice. Do I leave college, leave my class, leave my college education at that point, and become a Lacey Township police officer as the opportunity arose? It was a dilemma that he faced. He and his family spoke about it. I spoke with them, and at the time, the decision was made. The right choice was to become a Lacey Township police officer and then continue on quickly. So right after he finished the academy, he finished his bachelor's degree at Seton Hall University. Since then, he's gone on to earn a master's degree at Fairleigh Dickinson University, and he sits here now with a master's degree. Both have greatly earned these promotions, have filled the role of sergeant in patrol for the last 9 months, done an exemplary job, and now I'm honored to present them with their permanent chevrons.
Sergeant Buxton, would you like to step forward to be sworn into your position, and would you like to have your family join us, please? Don't be shy. Hold the Bible. Your dad just place his left hand on the Bible. Raise your right. Just flat, just like that. Good job. Repeat after me. I'll go as slow as I can. I, Ronald Buxton,
I, Ronald Buxton,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of police sergeant
perform all the duties of police sergeant
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
and that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and to the government established in the United States and in this state,
and to the government established in the United States and in this state,
under the authority of the people, so help me God.
under the authority of the people, so help me God.
Congratulations. up here, please? I think this evening we should have a special honor and call retired Paul Sullivan himself up here. Sergeant Sullivan's father. Left hand on the Bible, raise your right, and repeat after me. I, Paul Sullivan,
I, Paul Sullivan,
solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of police sergeant
perform all the duties of police sergeant
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
and that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and to the government established in the United States and in this state,
and to the government established in the United States and this state,
under the authority of the people, so help me God.
under the authority of the people, so help me God.
Congratulations.
Okay. Sergeant Buxton and Sergeant Sullivan, congratulations. As the chief said, these gentlemen have been serving in this position for quite a few months now, and they've certainly proven themselves with what they've done. We're very honored to have you step up. You know, we've made a lot of changes over the last 2 years in the department, and it's all been for the positive and very good. So you're part of our leadership team now. We congratulate you. We look forward to. We know we got you for at least another 10 or 12 years, so we look forward to that. But I also want to say hello to your father, because I remember when your dad was on the streets, and I was much younger, and we used to be very close. And I haven't seen you quite a few years, so it's good to see you back, and it couldn't be for better honor. So congratulations. Anyone from the committee?
Sure. As much as I love to see the promotions, what I really love to see when we do promotions is the looks of the families as we do it, because the pride they show is far exceeded to the pride we have in all of you. And as the mayor said, we've made a lot of changes in the past 2 years, and we have the greatest confidence in the chief, in his choice for the promotions that we're making. We know that the future of Lacey Township is, law enforcement is all here. And tell you what, like Mr. Curatolo said, I feel safe. Thank you.
Peter?
I'll tell you what, a great many years ago, I wanted to be a police officer, and I couldn't get through the physical for the state police exam. I'm going back about 25 years, so to wear that uniform, to be a Lacey Township police officer and to be first to the fight is a great honor, and it's something that is extremely commendable. You're not only leaders in our community, but the way I saw the little kids looking up to all you men and women at the middle school that week, that Saturday, is and that type of outreach is, and stepping out of the comfort zone and acting in all these different roles, lifesaver. We've seen law enforcement, education. It's extremely commendable. I'm very, very proud of this department, and congratulations to you two gentlemen. Well deserved.
Steve? Just congratulations and best of luck to you both.
David?
I'd like to congratulate you too. I mean, we live in a changing environment, kind of scary environment these days, and like I said before, I'm very proud of the police department, and I know you guys are up for the challenge, and we appreciate all your efforts out there in keeping our community safe. So congratulations, and again, welcome to the leadership teams, and we appreciate it.
And again, guys, congratulations to your families as well, because like I said before, they play a major role in this entire situation. So congratulations and thank you. Okay, item number 3, moving up the chain. Resolution number 2014-98, promoting lieutenants in the police department.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, promoting Christopher W. Kenny and Patrick J. Ganley to the position of police lieutenant for the Lacey Township Police Department. Motion?
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Most?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mayor Quinn.
Yes. Chief, if you will.
I am truly honored tonight to be a part of this promotion, having recommended Lieutenant Kenny and Lieutenant Ganley to the position of lieutenant within the police department. They know better than others at this point that the position of lieutenant in Lacey Township Police Department right now carries with it tremendous responsibility. When you move from sergeant, responsible for a squad that you work with, to lieutenant, responsible for a number of people you never work with, yet their actions, their activities every day are your responsibility. And both of these gentlemen know that I hold them accountable and responsible for the actions of their people. That's a responsibility not everybody's willing to take on. They've taken that responsibility on over the last 9 months, performed incredibly, and really made me proud, and really made a difference in the department. The Lacey Township Police Department right now is operating with the lowest number of ranking personnel that it's had in decades. In doing so, that means additional responsibilities have been taken on by individuals. And these two gentlemen know that, in fact, they've taken on a tremendous amount of those responsibilities and performed admirably. As far as Lieutenant Kenny, he is a graduate of Stockton. He has his bachelor's degree from Stockton, went on to earn a master's degree from Seton Hall University, and then a postmaster's EDS degree from Seton Hall University. As far as Lieutenant Ganley, he's currently finishing or working on a master's degree at Fairleigh Dickinson University right now. They recognize the importance of education and leadership positions and bring that to the job every day they come in. And I really want to thank you for the job you've done and congratulate you. They've been fulfilling the positions of lieutenant in acting capacity for the last 9 months, but now they get to proudly wear his single bar. Single bar is representative lieutenant in the police field. I'm proud to present you with your bars. Again, congratulations.
Join us, please. Left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand and repeat after me, please. I, Christopher Kenny,
I, Christopher Kenny,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of police lieutenant
perform all the duties of police lieutenant
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
and that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the government established in the United States and in this state,
and to the government established in the United States and in this state,
under the authority of the people, so help me God.
under the authority of the people, so help me God.
Congratulations. Lieutenant Ganley.
Congratulations.
Family, please join us up here.
Don't be shy. Dad.
He sat purposely over there in the corner.
Bring them up.
Come on, sis, get up here.
Hold on. It's coming.
It's okay. Place your left hand on the Bible, raise your right, please. I, Patrick Ganley,
I, Patrick Ganley,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of police sergeant, police lieutenant, excuse me.
I had it messed up. Perform all the duties of police lieutenant
According to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
and that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and to the government established in the United States and in this state,
and to the government established in the United States and in this state,
under the authority of the people, so help me God.
under the authority of the people, so help me God.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
All right.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Congratulations.
Okay, Lieutenant Kenny, Lieutenant Gamley, I've worked with you two more than I have with the sergeants, being that you've been in the chain of command, and I have to tell you, I'm very proud of you. I'm extremely proud of every police officer, man and woman sitting in this room tonight, whether you're in a uniform or whether you work in our police department itself. We have such an outstanding department, and your job, along with our other two lieutenants, Bella and Cornelius back there, will be working hand in hand with the chief moving forward as we go into the upcoming years. I have no doubt we couldn't be in better hands with the four of you, our four sergeants, and our patrolmen themselves. So I congratulate you on your achievements, and congratulate you on your moving up the ranks tonight. I know the chief has nothing but good to say about each and every one of you, as well as everybody in this room. I have to commend the chief because his leadership is what's brought us to this point today. When he took over as chief, we had a lot of talks, a lot of discussions, and he had a vision what he was looking for. And I supported it 100%. This committee has supported it 100%, and I think we're probably the best department in Ocean County, if not the best department in the state, because of that. So it's a team effort between the chief and everybody in this room. So I thank each and every one of you for what you do. I congratulate those of you that promoted tonight, those of you that retired tonight, and the families for putting your lives on the line all the time for what these men and women do. So thank you. Mark?
Okay, a couple of personal observations. First of all, Chris, I know Chris back from working out in the gym a long time ago. Chris, what did you drink, vampire blood? Because not for nothing. And like I said, we're getting old. Not even a little bit, but all kidding aside, Chris. Back from those days when you were first hired and talking to you, and I remember how highly you spoke of the township and how much you loved the township, and that really struck a chord with me back then. I wish you all the best in the world. Pat, listen. With lieutenant comes a little bit of requirement of decorum, so you got to tone the dancing down a bit. A waltz every now and then, maybe a little hustle, but this thing we see in the clubs, it just can't happen. People will talk. Okay, got to be more like the chief, a little bit of old man dance, but all right. Listen, I'll get you out there. I know you will.
I think we'll move on to Mr. Caratello now. Peter?
I don't know how I'm going to top that. I'll give it a shot. When I look at the senior leadership of the department, what strikes me is the level of education. And when you get that type of that quality education dovetailed with the experience, that counts, that matters, and that's how good decisions are made, and it's commendable. And I know a lot of the folks have done that during their time being police officers, working nights or afternoons, and they have families, and we saw the families up here tonight, and it is commendable, and it's a great asset and a great addition. And again, I wish the senior leadership, this department, sergeants, lieutenants, our chief, just all the best, and we do support you, and that's from the heart. No prepared script. Thank you so much.
Steve?
Yeah, again, I just want to congratulate both of you and wish you the best of luck. And I also just want to touch on one more thing that Gary said, and just want to thank the families for supporting all the officers in town. It's very important that they have a lot of support. They work a lot of hard hours and do a lot of see a lot of things that most people wouldn't want to see. So thanks again.
David?
What's unique about that leadership team against that wall over there is each one of you have really showed a passion for the job, and you own the town, and that's wonderful to see. And I'm very confident moving forward that you guys will do a wonderful job because of your past history and the way you have so much passion for your job. So we appreciate the dedication through the years, and to me, you deserve it. So congratulations to all of you tonight, and look forward to working with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, usually we would take a break now and ask everyone to leave, but we do have one more proclamation which we're going to be reading next regarding the prescription take-back box, which is a very important component of the police department. So if you bear with us, we're just going to ask you to stick around because I'd like the chief to say a few words on it. It's another successful program that we have here in Lacey Township. Veronica? Whereas the Township
of Lacey supports the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency's National Prescription Take-Back Day, which is April 26, 2014. Whereas the National Prescription Take-Back Day provides residents with a means for safe disposal of unwanted, unused prescription medications, including controlled substances, at authorized locations across the country. Whereas it is estimated 48 million people ages 12 or older have used or abused prescription drugs for non-medical reasons in their lifetimes, which represents approximately 20% of the U.S. population. Where it is known that the accessibility to prescription drugs is likely a contributing factor. Whereas this event will help to eliminate improper disposal of drugs by flushing or pouring them down the drain, which may cause through sewage treatment plants and septic tanks into surface water, soil, and groundwater, and can ultimately harm people and the environment. Whereas this event will help eliminate a major source of abused, potentially dangerous, and unwanted prescription medications, particularly controlled substances. Whereas in April 27, 2013, 742,497 pounds, which is 371 tons, of prescription medications were collected at more than 5,829 locations, manned by 4,312 state, local, and tribal law enforcement agencies that partnered with the DEA on that event. When added to the collections from DEA's previous 5 take-back events, more than 2.8 million pounds, or 1,409 tons, of prescription medications have been removed from circulation. Now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and Township Committee of the Township of Lacey that Lacey Township recognizes April 26, 2014 as National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day and encourages the support and active participation of your local law enforcement agencies. Mayor?
Chief, you'd like to just say a few words on the program itself?
February of last year, Lacey Township stood in the forefront of the issue with prescription drugs. We implemented our own drug drop box in the headquarters, the lobby of headquarters of the police station. There are 25 other municipalities in Ocean County that simply don't have that available to their residents. We've taken, as a township, an all-in approach in looking at everything we can possibly do to help with the epidemic that's facing not only the county, the state, and the nation right now with respect to prescription drug abuse and obviously heroin abuse as well. This all-in approach that we've taken has been pretty successful at this point as far as collecting over-the-counter and prescription medications. Over 1,000 pounds of medications have been collected in the last 12 months alone in Lacey alone. You just heard incredible numbers nationwide, 5,000 different sites in Lacey alone, 1,000 pounds in the last 12 months. And we're going to continue that. So, important day coming up, but recognize that Lacey does it every day.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Chief? As the chief said, this was a program that was implemented last year, and it wasn't an easy thing to do. It was a lot of background work, a lot of behind the scenes that had to be done prior to it ultimately becoming an approved site. And again, the police department took it on. But I also have to commend, Dave Most. Dave was the mayor last year, and he's part of our task force in town, and it was a driving issue for him to make sure that we had this available to the residents. Without a doubt, it has done a lot to take a lot of drugs off the street. And it's continued to grow and get better as time goes on. So, Chief, we certainly appreciate you and the department taking this on. I know it's just additional work, but it's the reason for it being there is certainly making a big difference with some of these drugs that we can get off the street. I'm just going to ask Committeeman Curtel to say a few words because Peter works in his regular job for the Board of Health in this particular avenue of service. So, Peter, if you want to just touch on the program itself.
Yeah, I mean, when we talk about Public Health Week and these proclamations, and we talk about prepare, prevent, protect, I think, what we have now on all the county cars at the health department is come to our website or go to your local PD, look where a drop box is. There are several in the county now. I believe there may be 5, Chief? 5 or 6. You go there, you drop these pills off there, and that means they're off the street, and that means they can't be taken. There won't be any questions asked. Okay, so these are things that, when you talk about the whole scope of public health dovetailing with education, a meeting just this past week with the Prosecutor Coronado, Ocean County said we have 60 to 65% of the DUIs now in the county are coming from things other than alcohol. Well, some of those things are pills. So we get them off the streets and we get them into those boxes and we don't flush them, we don't throw them in the garbage, and we have safer, cleaner, better communities. And this type of work, especially from this department and the leadership here and all of our officers, is very commendable. And to work, again, out of the silos, dovetail with public health and with the county authorities here, to have the support from our mayor and our deputy mayor, to have that synergy. I know what it's like when it's not there, so to see it now is a great thing. So, Through my comments, Mayor.
Thank you, Peter.
Mayor, can I just say one thing?
Sure.
I'd like to thank the chief too for implementing the box, and I'd like to thank all the leadership and all the officers for, I know the chief has a zero tolerance policy out for drugs in our community, and I'm so proud of the task force. I'm proud of the schools coming together and the medical professionals, our churches, and we're really working as one unit in the community. But you know who plays the pivotal role, and that's our police department. And I'll tell you, you guys have made such, men and women have made such an impact in this community. And when I say that this committee is very proud of you, I mean that, because you should really be very proud of yourselves because of just where we've gotten in this community, as far as we're so ahead of other communities when we sit down with DART and we listen to the achievements that we have done here in Lacey Township. So I'm very glad on the progress we have made, and I want to thank the leadership team in the police department and all the officers for that, because you should be very proud again. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight and celebrating this very special night with us. Again, congratulations to those of you that received promotions. Scott and Jimmy, best of luck to you guys. You know, and go out in there and enjoy yourselves. And you know, whatever you do in the future, you know, just don't work as many hours. You know, spend more time with your family and enjoy yourself. So, and Chief, thank you for everything. Really, you know, we truly appreciate all your hard work. At this time, we'll take a 5-minute break. Unless anyone wants to really stick around for the rest of the meeting, you certainly go home, celebrate, and enjoy yourselves. So, thank you very much, folks.
Just clean the house out.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Hey, it's good-
Sorry about that, buddy.
Good to meet you. Good to meet you. Sergeant, good to meet you, sir.
Congratulations, sir. Well deserved. Congratulations, well deserved.
It's always a pleasure, Chief.
Thanks, Chief. Worked out well.
Sorry, I abused
Here
you.
you go. You're done. You're dismissed. You go down.
I know.
Your nephew is adorable. Oh my God, he's so cute. I see a resemblance to you.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I'm jealous of the hairline. Man, I'm losing it left and right. Yeah, yeah.
That hair, you're always, you know.
About 30 hours a week in the gym.
Well, you know.
Doing third?
10 years.
No, you need to train 11 o'clock to like 2 o'clock.
Yeah, no, I saw that.
I don't have that willpower.
I just talked to him.
What shift do you work? Oh, so you work what, 312?
Project, just tell him that
I heard your wife's a nurse practitioner. Mine too.
Patty's Day for like 100 people just show up there. Thank you.
Yeah, mine's only about 1.5. It's a tough road. Okay, that's difficult. It's, my wife does dermatology. She's in the ER for 16 years, the community. But yeah, I commend your wife. Oncology, there's not many happy endings. Good for you. Where'd you go? Great. Well, hopefully I'll see you around. Congratulations.
Lieutenant.
Okay, Torella, Scott Torella, T-I-R. Yes,
usually
that's the first
park-
retiree. I did what badge numbers in the kid fight.
Maybe you could give that to the
Yeah,
chief.
traditional spelling. T-I-R-E-L-L-A.
Because I don't like to take that
Yeah, James Beltry, B-E-L-T-R-I.
so fast. And I think this year is going to be.
Ronald, traditional spelling. Buxton, B-U-X-T-O-n. Paul Sullivan, traditional, everything. And lieutenants are Christopher Kenny, and that's K-E-N-N-Y, just like the name. And P-H in Philip. Traditional spelling of that too, yeah. And then Patrick Ganley, G-A-N-L-E-Y. N is Nancy, L-E-Y.
Lauren, have you heard anything with that energy?
Haven't heard anything, no. It's out there. As far as movement, I haven't.
Do you think the governor's office is going to move forward now that, after this investigation?
Steven looking at me. What?
Doing business?
Yes. Steven's, aha, that answers the question.
June, July?
Yeah, I would not tell people I didn't pass the physical.
July, see?
You can't pass the physical.
July would be my guess. So, I mean, their report came out.
Great.
There's obviously going to be some
That explains it, got the answer to me.
What?
reports, and then hopefully it's just business as usual.
That would be nice.
Smart, put two and two together, you're right.
Yeah. Listen, you don't hire any dummies around here, so
Well,
come
you
on.
know, look,
there are.
actually, you basically learned from us.
Yeah. All right, where is he?
Where's Peter? Where'd Pete go?
He's,
The mentor?
Kibitzi?
yeah. Okay. Let's get to rolling the show. Right? I'm well, and you?
All right.
Hold on, buddy. There you go.
Okay, item number 6, Run for the Pines for the K9 5K race request.
Okay, we have a request here, it's called the Run the Pines for K9's 5K race. They hold it out by the Popcorn Park Zoo. There is a map in here depicting the location. They had ran it last year for the first time, and the benefits from this race are donated to the Associated Humane Society. I know the pamphlet says October 2019, but he's changing it to October 26th, and we just need permission, and then he will also enter into a contract with the police department for law enforcement officers for that day to help direct traffic and make sure the safety of the runners is established.
Mayor, if I could, this is their third race out there. I usually run in it, so it's nice, because I used to park the cars, so it's nice to see that the police department, we're gonna get them involved, because it's amazing how many people participate in this race now. So they have like 300 runners now, so it's, they've really built it up. So Lacey Road gets pretty crazy there, and people, so it's nice to see that we'll have law enforcement there. So.
Okay, you want to make a motion?
Yeah, sure, motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, item number 7, Sentimental Cruisers request to post signs for the car show on May 17th.
Sentimental Cruisers has an annual car show, which they hold at the Captain's Inn. They like to put directional signs up from the Parkway all the way down to the Captain's Inn with regards to the location of their event. Of course, there'll be some location changes this year due to the fact that by the time they have this event, most likely the Route 9 and Lacey Road interchange will be complete, and so you'll have to use the jug handles and Jones Road. So they just need permission to put out the 9 signs as they have depicted in their event. They put them out the night before, and they pick them up that same day after the event.
Do you have a motion?
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any others?
Not here, no.
Okay, resolution 2014-96 authorizing the convening of an executive session.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the convening of executive session to discuss matters of real estate.
Do you have a motion?
Motion.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Most?
Yes.
Mayor Quinn.
Yes. Motion to adjourn.
Move it.
Second, please. To adjourn?
Second.
All in
All in
favor?
favor?
We'll be back shortly, folks.